और दूसरी बात तो ये है कि मुसलमान तो इस देश के अंदर रहना नहीं चाहिए।
हमारे आदिवासी के लड़के के पीछे गए तो तुम्हारा स्वयं बाप सिर काट के फेंक देता हूँ।
चीन से मुहिम बनाई जाएगी, 12,000 की सेविंग करा दी जाएगी।
31 दिसंबर 2021 is the last date for Christianity and Islam in this country.
मैं हमारे विश्व हिंदू परिषद के अधिकारी गणों से यह निवेदन करना चाहता हूँ कि हर वो नौजवान को AK-47 की शिक्षा भी देने की आवश्यकता है।
Hindutva advocates for the idea that India should be a Hindu-only nation and that other religions and minorities should either assimilate or leave. The Hindutva movement aims at expansion of Hindu influence and power in India. The agenda also includes territorial expansion, evident in the disputes over regions such as Jammu and Kashmir, and in the calls for the construction of a Ram temple on the site of the Babri Mosque in Ayodhya. One aspect of the Hindutva's expansionist agenda is the marginalization of minority groups, particularly Muslims. The propagation of a Hindu-centric interpretation of Indian history and culture in order to impose Hindu domination over other communities is another facet of the Hindutva's expansionist objective. This includes changing historical accounts to minimize or ignore the achievements of underrepresented groups, promoting Hindu-centric holidays and symbols at the cost of those of other faiths and cultures. It has gained traction since BJP came into power in 2014. Hindu mobs often ask Muslims to chant Jai Shri Ram slogans and beat them up.
एक बुजुर्ग व्यक्ति से मारपीट की गई।
बोल जय श्री राम।
कैसे पीट रहा है इस बुजुर्ग को?
बोल जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम बोल। जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम बोल। जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम बोल। बोल जय श्री।
Names or symbols are used to distinguish between people, and slogans such as Jai Shri Ram have been weaponized by Hindu mobsters. Many of the group members have launched attacks on Muslims in many parts of the country.
Tabriz Ansari was caught by a mob on Tuesday evening, tied to a pole and beaten for more than 7 hours.
Since then, dots can be connected to see the bigger picture of how this agenda is now at play towards its fulfillment. Several increasingly popular artists in India are producing a relatively new rancorous genre of music, commonly known as Hindutva pop. Hindutva pop has lyrics that are motivating mobs, instigate violence against Muslims. The music normalizes the dehumanization of Muslims in India and encourages listeners to commit violence. Such songs are garnering millions of views on YouTube, which indicates how popular they are. Singers like Prem Krishnavanshi and Lakshmi Dubey often glorify BJP, Modi and Yogi Adityanath while asking Muslims to leave India and go to Pakistan. This is a win-win situation for both. The singers promote their leaders and policies, and the government in return provides them support and validation.
खूब दिया योगी का साथ गोरखपुर के भाई बहनों ने।
Muslims in India have been dehumanized. One of the most dark examples is the Citizenship Amendment Act in 2019, the act which offers amnesty to immigrants from neighboring countries as long as they are not Muslim. In the same year, India also revoked the constitutional autonomy granted to the only Muslim majority state in the country, Jammu and Kashmir.
उस दिन से अनुच्छेद 370 के सभी खंड लागू नहीं होंगे.
The NRC and CA must be understood in the context of the growing prominence of the BJP's Hindutva ideology. This ideological frame views India as a Hindu state and Islam as a foreign and invading religion. The NRC process in Assam and the challenges plaguing it demonstrate that Indian citizens, with the exception of Hindus, could be stripped of their citizenship in a nationwide NRC. 18 activists in Delhi protesting the Citizenship Amendment Act had charges on an anti-terror law filed against them. Banning hijab for Muslim girls was another cheap tactic to appease Hindu hordes. The row began at the start of the year when a government-run school in Karnataka's Udupi district barred students wearing hijabs from entering classrooms. It led to protests throughout the district as Hindu students also started showing up in saffron scarves to threaten students wearing the hijab. Critics of the hijab ban say Modi's BJP could benefit from the controversy ahead of a state election due by May. The authorities in several Indian states ruled by BJP are carrying out violence against Muslims in the shape of abusive and summary punishments. On 4 October 2022, in Kedah district, Gujarat state, police arrested 13 people for allegedly throwing stones at a Garba ceremonial dance during a Hindu festival. A police officer in civilian clothes wearing a gun holster was filmed publicly flogging several Muslim men with sticks while other officials held the men against an electricity pole. The video garnered praise on some pro-government television news networks. Several uniformed police officers watched the flogging and strike the accused with sticks, while a crowd of men and women cheer and applaud. On 2nd October in Mandsaur district, police filed a case of attempted murder and rioting against 19 Muslim men accused of throwing stones at a Garba event and detained 7 of them. 2 days later, without any legal authorization, the authorities demolished the homes of 3 of the men, claiming they were constructed illegally. In April, authorities in Khargone district in Madhya Pradesh state, Anand and Sabarkantha districts in Gujarat state, and Jahangirpuri neighborhood in Delhi responded to communal clashes by demolishing Muslim properties. The clashes occurred after religious processions of armed Hindu men passed through Muslim localities during Hindu festivals. The men shouted anti-Muslim slogans in front of mosques. Meenakshi Ganguly, South Asia Director at Human Rights Watch said, Indian authorities are increasingly acting as if summary punishment has become a state policy. If the Indian government does not take immediate action to roll back discriminatory laws, policies, and actions targeting minorities, rule of law will be replaced by bulldozers and sticks. Hate speech, violence, and lynchings against Muslims is on the rise in India. The founder of Genocide Watch has warned that it is leading up to genocide of minorities. Genocide is defined as killing members of the group, causing serious bodily and mental harm, imposing measures to prevent birth or transferring children from the group, or with the intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial or religious group. Genocide is a process, not a singular act, because, as an advisor on genocide, Adma Ding said, the Holocaust didn't start with gas chambers, it began with hate speech. If street vendors are identified as Muslim and selling goods in Hindu localities, they're often beaten up. A number of states have also banned cow slaughter, which has disproportionately impacted minorities. Muslim cattle traders have been prosecuted. BJP-affiliated groups have attacked Muslims and Dalits based on rumors that they have killed cows. Politically motivated charges, including that of sedition and terrorism, are also being leveled against Muslim activists across the country. Love Jihad is a conspiracy theory which claims that Muslim men lure Hindu women into marriage and conversion. Even when there has been no evidence of love jihad, it has become a massively propagandized tool to justify anti-conversion rules.
love jihad is a bogey, it's a conspiracy, it doesn't exist.
Muslim women activists have been demonized and online auctions targeting them have sprung up on the internet. There is so much Muslim hate that right-wing Hindu groups are even trying to prevent Muslims from offering Friday prayers. Persecution and extermination and denial are the final stages of genocide. It is about time that sanity must prevail, otherwise this situation will blow out of proportion and engulf the whole India. The genocide of millions of people has already begun. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to follow us.